Hi, this is Paul Cannon with Meet Houston Missions and Simmons and Fletcher, Injury and Accident Lawyers. We're here today to talk with Melinda Stephenson of Clothed by Faith. Tell us a little bit about Clothed by Faith.
Great. Thank you so much, Paul, for giving us this opportunity. So my name is Melinda Stephenson. I'm the executive director with Clothed by Faith. And Clothed by Faith is a local nonprofit that serves the entire greater Houston area. So what we do is really simple. We provide a week's worth of gently used clothing and shoes, along with new underwear and socks for at-risk children and adults throughout greater Houston. We have found that there's a lot of children and adults that just really need help with clothing. And, it can make a huge difference in the way that people are able to go to school, go to work, and different things like that. And the lack of access to quality clothing can really put up some barriers that there's social barriers, there's some emotional barriers, and then there's financial barriers that that they cause with their success in school and work, or just in general, just life things. And so we're able to really do some things to remove some of those barriers. And so what we do is we have an online request system, and individuals, along with other agencies and other nonprofits and schools, are able to use that online system to request clothing. And so they go online, they put in a request, they put the shirt, pant, and shoe size. They'll put any other preferences that they need. Like, for instance, we had a group come in and volunteer on Saturday, and some of the kids needed school uniforms. So the schools were able to put what uniform colors they needed. I know there was a guy with another organization, and he needed black pants and white shirts to start a new job in the next couple of weeks. So we have volunteers that sort the donations that come in, and then we have volunteers that go through and shop through all of our inventory that we have and pack a bag for those needs. And go ahead.
Wow, I was going to say, it sounds like you guys are kind of in the business of making sure people in need still are able to make a great first impression, whether it's for school, job, work, or whatever opportunity they have to further themselves in life.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. On the other side of that too, we work with social workers for different school districts. And so, for instance, Pasadena ISD has told us, because they're able to get clothing from Clothed by Faith, they're able to allocate funds that they would have used to purchase clothing for students or families for other things like tutoring or counseling, or things like that they need. Donating gently used clothing and shoes, or brand new, and then brand new underwear and socks. Like right now, we need school uniforms. That's a huge need for us. And then, of course, supporting us financially. That's another thing. It cost us about $25 to do a week's worth of clothing for people. And it cost us about, now with prices going up a little bit, it's costing us about between $75 and $100 to provide a child with, if we're having to get all new uniform clothing. So those are two big needs. And then volunteers. People can always come and volunteer with us.
And where can they go to learn more about what's needed, how to make donations, where to make donations, and all that kind of stuff?
Well, the best place to go would be our website, which is clothedbyfaith.org, and it's CLOTHED, clothedbyfaith.org. We're also on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and all of those are Clothed by Faith Texas. And so you could just search us that way.
I understand you guys also have some school closets that y'all
Yes.
supply?
Yes, we do. We have about between 1,000 and 1,200 bags go out of our warehouses every month. So there is a big need. And honestly, right now, we're not even able to take too many individual requests just from people that aren't associated with, where the request isn't coming from an agency, like even a bigger agency like our government, like the Harris Center, which is Harris County Mental Health or Child Protective Services, or something smaller like a domestic violence organization, or like Houston Welcomes Refugees, or like Search Homeless, Prison Entrepreneurship. There's a lot of smaller organizations that we serve as a resource for. And so it's just, there is a lot of need. And so we're able to meet some of those needs.
That's awesome. Well, Melinda, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about what Clothed by Faith does. It sounds like it's a really great project. And how long have you guys been doing this now?
So our Katy branch opened in 2013, and they started in our founder, Abby Forey's garage. Her and Suzanne Houston and Audrey Hosey came together and started Clothed by Faith, and then they moved into a warehouse space. And now we're actually in it's an office center that's owned by Kingsland Baptist Church. There's several Katy ministries here, and we're there. And then in 2017, our branch in Deer Park opened, kind of the same thing, started in my garage and then moved to a storage space. And then we're actually in the upstairs building of a church in Deer Park First Baptist Church. They've given us space in the gym. I mean, I think we have like 2,000 square feet of space. We don't have to pay rent to them. So that's been a huge help. And so that's since 2013, we've served a little over 79,000 people.
Wow. Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much for taking time to tell us about this.